So today we will learn to multiply a decimal number by a number. Okay. So
Yeah.
what is the process of this? Suppose the question is 5.4 times 16. So when you multiply decimal number with the whole number, then what is the steps what you will be doing this question? So ignore the decimal points and multiply the numbers. First of all, ignore the decimal point, multiply with the number. Then
Yeah,
once
54
you will
times
get the
16.
answer, yes. What is the answer?
54.16.
54 times 16 is what? 864, right?
Yeah.
So the multiply is 864. Then you will check, count the number of decimal places in each number and add these. So here is only one decimal place, right? Here after decimal we have only one digits.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
start at the right of the product and count of places. So one decimal digit is here, so you will count from extreme right. After one digit you will put the point. So this is your answer.
Okay.
The second example is, this is the first example. Second is, suppose we have 3.65 times 19. Again, one number is decimal, another is whole number. Same process you will apply here also. Ignore the decimal points, multiply normally. 365 times 19 will be
6,935.
365 times 19 is 6935. Absolutely correct. Now you will check how many decimal places in our decimal number. So we have two decimal places. So you will check in the answer from extreme right. After two digit you will put the point. Okay, this is the second example. Now see the third example. So simple process. First of all you have to ignore the decimal point and then multiply normally. Now suppose question is 0.854 times 12. Again we have the decimal number here and this is the whole number. So first you will ignore the decimal points and multiply the numbers. So what is the answer? 854 by 854 times 854 times 12 is what?
10.248.
So 854 times 12, when you multiply it normally, so you will get 10,248. Now you will check how many decimal places we have. So we have 3 decimal places, right? So count the number of decimal places, start at the right of the product and check 1, 2, 3. Now put the point. Now come to the fourth example. So suppose 0 is, when 0 is, add with the before number, right? So 0 is no value. So the fourth example is, we can take it the fourth example, 36.73 times 48. Now we have 36.73 times 48. One is the decimal number, another is the whole number. Same process, ignore the decimal points and multiply. 36,3673 times 48. Do it this multiplication.
36,3673 times 48. 8 times 3, 24. 7 times 8,
So the answer is 176 304, isn't it? 176304. You will check how many decimal places we have. We have 2 decimal places in the answer. From the extreme right, you will count 2 digits and put the decimal. Okay. The next example is 0.0146 times 69. And the sixth question is 0.00125 times 327. So first ignore the decimal points and multiply the numbers. So see, we have 0 before 146. There is no meaning if 0 is before any number. So we will not count it here. You will just multiply 146 times 69. Do the normal multiplication. So normal multiplication is 10,074. Now count how many decimal places we have. We have 4 decimal places. Count it from extreme right, 1, 2, 3, 4 and put the decimal. Okay? Yeah? Any confusion? Now, see the sixth example. Again we have 3 zeros before 125. There is no meaning. You will just multiply 125 times 327. Normal multiplication. Ignore the decimal point and multiply the numbers. So when you multiply it, then what is the answer? $40,875. Right? Now count your decimal places. How many decimal places in the decimal number? There are 5 decimal places. So you will count it from extreme right, 5 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and put the point, and we need to add 0 also. This is the simple method. Whatever decimal numbers you have, first you will multiply, ignore the decimal point, multiply normally as you know it, how to multiply the normal numbers, right? So you will multiply normally, then count the number of decimal places from the decimal number. There are 5, there are 4, in some questions we have 3, 2, 1, whatever. You just count it and then start at the right of the product and count of the places. So we have 5 digits, so we will count it from the right 5 digits and put the decimal. This is the multiply decimal number by a whole number. Okay? So the next topic is to multiply a decimal number by a decimal number, right? We have learned from the last to last class, decimal number with the 10, multiply a decimal number by a 10, 100, 1000 and so on. Second concept we have learned, multiply a decimal number by a whole number. Now third multiplication type is a multiply a decimal number by a decimal number. This is the third type. Now come to the point. Suppose I am explaining with the example, so it will be easy for you. Okay. So suppose the question is 7.6 times 2.4. Now see, both are the numbers are decimal. Our topic is to multiply a decimal number by a decimal number. So now we have both decimal numbers. Okay. Now what is the process to finding the multiplication of two decimal numbers? So the same thing, ignore the decimal points and multiply it. Okay. Just ignore it, the decimal point. Multiply normal numbers. Okay. So what will be the multiplication? 76 times 24, which is 1824. Okay, 1824. Now what is the next step? Count the number of decimal places in each number. Count it. What is the decimal places here? 1. What is the decimal places here? 1. Total, count the number of decimal places in each number and add these. So 1 plus 1, 2 decimal places. How many decimal places? 2. Right? So start at the right of the product. Start at the right of the product. Okay. And count of places equal to the total number of places. Got it? We got it 2. So start from extreme right. Count it the 2 digits. 1, 2 and put the decimal. Now answer is here. Now come to the second example. We will understand with 5-6 examples. So yes, 3.45 times what we can take it next number, 6.3. Now see, both the numbers are decimal numbers. 3.45 times 6.3. How you will do it? The same. First, ignore the decimal points. 345 times 63. As you know it, how to multiply it, normal numbers, right? So just do it. 345 times 63. So the answer is 217. What is the product? 21735. Right? Any confusion? Now, what is the next step? Count the number of decimal places in each number and add them. So in this first decimal number, we have 2 decimal digits. In the second decimal number, we have 1 decimal digits. So now you will do total. So 2 plus 1 is 3 decimal places we have. So start from the extreme right, counting the digits, 3 digits, because total is 3. So 1, 2, 3 and put the point. That's it. Easy. This is your answer. Right? Come to the third example. If your question is 0 point something, 0.54 times 0.27. 0.54 times 0.27. Then same, ignore the decimal point and multiply the numbers. So 0 you can ignore it because it's a before the number, times 27. You will multiply normally. Right? So how you will multiply? 54 times 27, as you know it. So the product is 1458. Okay? 1458. Now count the number of decimal places in each number and add these. Okay? So 2 and 2. Total we have 4 digits from the decimal places. So start at the right of the product and count of places. Okay? So 2 plus 2 is 4. Start from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put the decimal, add 0. Always. Okay, so this is the third example. Now see the fourth example. So we are doing all type of questions like small simple numbers with the difficult. Now the next is, suppose we have the bigger number 568 times 4.9. Now we have both the decimal numbers, right? So same, what you will do, ignore the decimal points, multiply the normal numbers, like 568 times 49. Okay, 586 times 49. Normal multiplication, you will do it. So the answer, the product will be 27,800 and what? 32. Right? Now what is the next step? Count the number of decimal places in each number and add these. So 3 plus 1. Total we have decimal digits. Are 4. So start from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put the decimal. Now answer is here. Yeah. Now we'll take the next example. The fifth one. The fifth example is 0.623 times 0.75. First of all, ignore the decimal point. So the number is 623 times 75. Find the product. Find the product, 623 times 75. So you will get 46,725. When we get the product of the question, product of the two numbers, okay, then you will find the decimal places, okay. So count the decimal places in each decimal number, which is 5. 3 from first decimal number, 2 from second decimal number. Now you will add them. So total is 5. Now start from the extreme right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the decimal point and add 0. Because as you know it, before number we have 0, there is no value. So you can add it. There is no problem, okay. Now last example. I am giving you one more example. Then we'll do the questions. Sixth example is when we have the bigger number, okay, 0.014 times 0.46. Now ignore the decimal point, as you know it. So 14 times 46. Now do the normal product. 14 times 46. 644. So the product is this 644. Now what you will do? You will count the decimal places, both the decimals numbers. You will find the decimal places from both the decimal numbers and then start from the counting. So total we have 5 decimal places. Start from the extreme right, counted the digits. 1, 2, 3. There is only 3 digits. Then what you will do? You can add the 0. So total we have 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you will put the decimal and then 0. So the answer is this. Okay, understand? To multiply a decimal number by a decimal number, simple method, whatever decimal numbers are given in the question, first you will ignore the decimal point. First of all, do the normal multiplication, normal product. When you get the product, then you will count the decimal places, and from extreme right start the counting and then put the decimal point. That's it. You will get your perfect answer. Okay, understood?